welcome to another episode of the Prestij Podcast. Today I have a very special guest with me in the studio, someone that, how can I, make it in words? If you are working in real estate, probably you need to know this person, otherwise you are not working in real estate. Or maybe you never just showed up to see properties in Istanbul, because this is one of the people who are really putting a lot of influence in the market. If you are in the real estate or you're not, I want to welcome Nadire Gülçin to the studio. Nadire, hello. How are you?
Hello. First of all, thank you very much for amazing information about me. I'm so glad and I'm so happy to be with you, and I'm a little bit excited. A little bit.
Happy to hear.
Yes.
I'm really happy to have you with me in the studio. It's been so long. We did not get guests in our podcast. I think 2 or 3 months now, but I had a lot of thoughts. I mean, I think I told you about the podcast 6 months ago, maybe,
Yes.
with the moment we started,
Yes.
and we just started to delay. But thank God I finally caught you.
Also, I finally caught
Yeah.
you. Not only for me.
I finally caught you, and I'm really happy to have you with me today. So, Nadira, tell me about yourself before you start real estate.
Okay. Before I start real estate,
Yes.
imagine that I graduated from radio, television, and cinema.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't focus anything about real estate. I was pretty sure that I will continue about being producer or maybe on the TV. After that, one of my best friend started to work with uh, one of the best construction company 13 years ago.
When was that exactly?
13 years ago, 2013.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm 35 years old. This is
Oh
what
my
you can
God.
do. Yes. Yes. And another friend of mine, for example, she was searching job for her, and she said, "Can you kindly take me to that construction company because you know someone there? Maybe you can help me about take this job." And I went. I met with CEO directly, and that CEO told me, "Nadire, you was born for this job. You have to be in this sales office." I'm shocked because I didn't plan anything. After that, I said, "Okay, I can try maybe 1 month. If I cannot do, or if I don't like this job, I can continue. For example, producer or another thing, which I always ready." And my career starts 2013.
Wow.
Yes.
So from 2013, you're in the real estate sector. You managed so many projects. You
Yes.
sold so many,
Many.
so many,
And the best
so many.
projects, the most
Yeah.
popular.
I mean, also when I check, I've been knowing you since 2018, but since 2018 to now, you've managed one of the most biggest projects in Istanbul, which is Vadi Istanbul. You've managed also Toron Center, the Ritz Carlton, Lotus, so many.
Acar vardı,
Oh
many.
my God.
Many.
I mean, I think that most of the prime luxury projects, you were
Yes.
a
And
part of them.
prime district, prime neighborhood also.
Yeah.
And all the project has different taste, different concept. And imagine that last 5 years, I sold 6 different projects.
Wow.
Now I'm studying Çamlıvadi.
That is massive. I mean, with your career and with your passion to this, you've sold to so many
So
clients. I mean, I can't, my brain doesn't do the math.
also I didn't calculate. Maybe I can enter the system and I can know. Really, if someone asks me how many apartment did you sell, Nadire, I cannot answer. Imagine that during 13 years. Because first I started to sell only local client. After 2015, I add also international client, and now mostly I focus more international client. Really, I don't know.
My question to you is, how did you do the transformation from the television and radio to the real estate? I mean, is there anything, in
Related to each
common?
other,
Yeah,
of course.
related.
Of course. For example, radio, television, and cinema, it taught me how I can be more creative. This is the first of all.
Yeah,
And how can I tell stories? And the real estate, it's all about
stories. Yeah.
stories. Every location, every project, everything has their own stories. If you cannot understand the stories, you cannot tell. And if you cannot tell, you cannot sell. Uh, it affects my career amazing because in our business, real estate, you must create some differences. So I need to be more creative.
Yeah.
You must explain stories. And also, radio, television, and cinema, you must have strategic things. Because when I was thinking one day I will be producer, you need to make organize many things, A to Z, any TV program. For example, uh, everything. You must find sponsorship, everything.
From the marketing side
Yes,
to how to sell it to how
yes,
to fund it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot, and I think this is the common thing between media and still I'm using media.
Yeah.
Imagine that,
And
right?
content
Television.
creation. Yeah,
Of
you're
course,
doing a lot of
social
content.
media. How can I use? I learn from my university.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I think you're from Istanbul, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Originally from Istanbul, Hamza.
So you spent, I think, all your life in Istanbul.
Yes.
Right.
I didn't live in other cities.
So before you become or you are a part in real estate, what can you tell us about Istanbul? What makes it unique? And I think since 2015, you've only sold to foreigner clients. So what makes Istanbul unique in the eyes of every foreigners who we're receiving every day?
Okay. First of all, Istanbul has amazing story. We have history,
Yeah.
and many people lived this city, and this city changed. For example, many things. We have story. This is the most important point. Second, location, strategic location, Asian Europe. They cannot find any other city or also any other country. This is very important. And I like one thing. We have modern life. We have, for example, luxury life. We have more authentic life in Istanbul, and also we have historical places. Every neighborhood has their own culture. For example, if I need modernity or modern life or luxury place, I can go some neighborhood. If I need a more historical day or that mood, if I'm in that mood, I can change the location. Every location different. I don't think any other cities it is same. For example, Rome in Italy. I fall in love. This is my another favorite city, but too much historical. When I change some place, everything same, the building same, the taste is same, the vibe is same, but Istanbul not like that. Imagine that in one city they can have everything. Every place has their own culture.
And I think it's not about only the vibe. I mean, I understand what you want to say. I mean, every part of Istanbul has a different vibe. You want a modern life, there is modern life. You want filthy, ultra luxury stuff, we have.
Yes.
You want, very modest living, economical living. You want mosques, you want clubs. Everything exists in Istanbul. And also Istanbul have a lot of segments. You can live with $100,000 as you can live with $1,000. So you have housing with this budget, you have properties with this budget, food for this budget. I mean, it covers all the parts and all the segments of the society. So I think that's what also makes Istanbul very special, because you have the vibes on the site and the cultures and whatever you need in the entertainment, let's say,
Yes.
part. And also in the financial segments, I mean, every society segment
Yes.
exists in Istanbul. So currently, what projects are you working on?
Hamza, I like to sell always valuable location and also city center. You know me. For me, the project which I sell very important. First, I need to believe, and I must think that okay, I can make invest this project and I can live with this project. And I'm so lucky. I sold always this kind of project. This is my luck, of course. Now I'm selling mostly Vadi Istanbul location. And you know, this is the most famous location according to local people, according to
Foreigners.
international client. For investment, it is very important for living everybody's dream. So now I'm selling Avrupa Konutları Çamlı Vadi, Avrupa Konutları Saklı Vadi project in Vadi İstanbul area currently.
And under your wing, you have other projects.
Of
and
course,
yeah,
Avrupa Konutları,
you're coordinating other projects besides that, which is Shishli. What else?
Yes. Şişli, Bab Istanbul, all the projects.
So all of these are under your wing.
Yes.
Okay.
But normally, first time I will tell. You are my friend, okay?
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not telling that. I'm coordinator. You know my Instagram page. Even I didn't write.
Yeah.
Everybody think that I'm just
In Vadi
manager.
Istanbul.
Yes, manager. First time you are telling this.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you very much.
yeah.
You know,
I
I
know.
keep secret.
I
for
know.
How many years? I don't know, but
Yeah.
no.
But if you are to choose for yourself,
Mhm.
what would you choose between these projects? First, to invest and also to live.
Okay, great. You know, I sold Vadi Istanbul 5 years ago, Avrupa Konutları Vadi Park, and I was selling at that time. Also, you were my neighbor.
Yeah.
At that time, you were my competitor. But you know, we were
Yes.
selling a little bit more expensive than that project. Anyway, people they bought 3 bedroom, Hamza, and their money become more than double according to dollars.
Yes.
USD. I'm not talking about lira. Lira maybe
10 times.
10 times more. And for me, really, I'm Turkish. I'm living here. You know, Istanbul. Everywhere we have sea. Everywhere. Kartal, Pendik, Yakuplu, Büyükçekmece, Küçükçekmece, everywhere. But nature for us, it is very valuable because in Istanbul you can find many towers, skyscraper, sea everywhere. But really, I'm the person who like to have nature or live closer to nature. Because of this, I will definitely choose Vadi Istanbul. And if you compare Vadi Istanbul project that I sold before or now project, I will choose Çamlı Vadi because why? I'm with my family. I have daughter, which is she's 6 years old. I need social activity. I need school, private school, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I want to live with family concept project, you know. I don't want to live with mini studio, 1 bedroom. I will choose that one. But if you ask me all the project in your career you sold Nadire, which was yani very important for investment, Lotus Nişantaşı. Unfortunately, we don't
Sold
have
out.
any stock, sold out.
Yeah.
It was in Nişantaşı home office, Hamza.
With the
We
metro,
sold
and I mean, not under the project, but you have access from the project.
Yes, exactly. Home office.
Yeah.
Nişantaşı. We sold amazing. In 5 months, we finished the project. Also, we sold many, for example, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom units. But Lotus Nişantaşı in my career, I will never forget that project.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you leave your apartment, you go to elevator. From elevator, you press metro floor, and you go in directly to the metro. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
a very unique project that's now very famous in Nişantaşı, on the main street. I mean, one of the craziest projects I've ever seen.
Yeah, we sold without any advertising on the TV, newspaper, nothing.
COVID time, I remember.
Exactly. I like that one. But if you are asking me, Nadire, if you divorced, if you are single, or for example, if you are living alone, okay, I can live some tower, skyscraper, for example,
Toronto
uh,
Center.
Acarverde.
Oh yeah.
You know, also I sold Torun
Yeah.
Center.
Yeah.
Yes, but Acarverde, Acarkent, different segment, Hamza. I'm not talking about the project location.
Yeah.
You know,
The
it
view.
was the only one project inside the mansions, you know.
Yeah.
The mansions there, $10 million, but
$20
you can,
million.
yes, but you can buy one apartment, 3 bedroom, high floor. I can choose that one also if I was single.
Yeah. What about
For
the Ritz?
short term.
What about the Ritz Carlton?
Uh, to be honest, not my style.
Okay. So you would prefer Acarverde over the Ritz Carlton?
Of course,
Wow.
Hamza, because you know, okay, Nişantaşı very nice. I saw Lotus Nişantaşı,
Yeah.
but Acarkent in Istanbul, we have only one Acarkent, private compound, too much luxury, amazing view, lifestyle. You know, you can see my eyes how I loved.
That is a very strong statement for the Ritz Carlton. I was not expecting this.
But why? You know, okay, brand new residence.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect, but also I care about the surroundings, Hamza. You know, Acarkent, totally
Oh my,
different,
yeah.
totally
The
different.
surroundings, I mean, Acarkent, you have
different.
$5
This is
million
different level.
villas and you have $30 million villas.
It was the best
Yeah.
villa complex in Istanbul.
Yep.
If you compare with Kemer Country, I'm so honest. Now I don't have any stock. I'm not selling, but I'm super honest to you.
Yeah. So, why do you think are the high-end properties are still very high in demand in Istanbul? And I mean, we see, I mean, me and you were in Vadi Istanbul since 2018, right? Um, and we saw the price jump of all of this, decade almost. But still, we're seeing a lot of demand. How can you analyze this? How can you explain this? I mean, how people are still very hungry for the high-end properties in Istanbul?
Of course, the first thing after COVID, many things change. You know, private compound, the project become more needed and popular. For example, social activities very important for every project, and you know, people they want to reach everywhere so easily. Sometimes just by walking, because time is very important for them, or they need to find everything just with elevator button, you know. They can go somewhere so easily. The time is very important. And now many things change, you know, online working in the home.
Yeah.
Maybe before COVID, everybody was working in their office. They need to go out their home. But now many things change. So they need to have more time with their self at their home. They have many guests. Because of this, I think it affects, for example, high-end project, the more quality project, and they are thinking their kids everything. They need more quality compounds. They need good concept. It is very important.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the good concept you can find only with high-end projects. You cannot find.
Yeah.
We need something unique, less, because less is always more valuable. And they need to be in the city center. And in city center, land value is very important. Because of this, you need to sell more high prices. If you want to sell high prices, you need to give more quality. You need to give a more higher standard and more high concept. Because of this, we have still too much buyers, and the construction company must product good location, city center, high-end project because the buyer needs this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Really, now in Istanbul, we don't have too much high-end project. They don't have stock.
Yes.
Even in my project, I have very less stock. And people come, I need this, I need this. Sometimes I cannot answer. For example, there is no one bedroom high end project. 10 minutes ago, we talked with each other. Good location, one bedroom problematic because it's already gone. Two bedroom even problematic. Big unit, for example, four bedroom problematic because families always they prefer to buy three bedroom, four bedroom. Even for the local buyers, we have very less stock. International client, we have very less stock in Istanbul. We need more project. We need good apartment and high-end projects.
Yeah. I mean, Vadi Istanbul is extremely on demand. And um, one of the crazy requests I've received lately is one, I can't say, um, I can't get into the details, but it was one embassy. They need 11 house to rent 4 to 5 bedrooms in Vadi Istanbul. It's impossible to find. It is
Yes.
really impossible. So currently they're living in one compound in Maslak, and they contacted me in order to find them 11 units for all their employees, and they need 4 or 5 bedrooms specifically in Vadi Istanbul. None exist.
Can I say one thing? Uh, People, first of all, Wadi Istanbul, we have too much local families. For them, this is the perfect choice. Why? Wadi Istanbul shopping mall, walking distance, amazing social activities. It is very safe and secure area. You know, this is city in the city center.
Yeah.
It's like Wadi Istanbul for me, the city. Really.
Exactly. I mean, you
Many
have everything.
population, thousands of family they are living. You know, it's like city. And it becomes so much popular. Why? I told you before, we like nature. Turkish culture also, we like nature. And we have universities, international schools, for example, high school, private school, everything,
Hospitals.
hospital, the best restaurant around
Hotels.
the world.
Yeah.
You know, Wadi Istanbul. I told always my client, Wadi Istanbul, it's become business center because all the global holdings they have offices here. You
Yeah.
know, Sokar, TAV,
Mercedes.
Land Rover, everything.
Yeah.
Plus many five-star hotels. They want to say, I'm also in
In Vadi
Wadi
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
And also shopping center. Imagine that living, shopping, business, tourism center. It become
Restaurants.
suddenly,
Yeah.
suddenly it's become this. And people, of course, for them prestige first of all.
But also, we didn't see this coming in 2018.
Yes.
Nothing was in this region.
Yes,
I mean, we
when we
didn't.
were talking with our clients, we say, you know, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be this, it's gonna
Nobody
be that.
believed us.
You know, I was so lucky. Many people they believed,
Yeah.
and they made investment and they made their holiday home. Also, a Turkish client they start to live here. Rental income amazing. There is no availability for the rent. You are right, because why? First project, second project, third project in Madi, Istanbul. Imagine that at that time, one bedroom enter in our culture very new. Mostly construction companies, they made small apartment, Hamza. But now people they want to live, it's not availability, big size apartment.
Yeah.
And they want to come with their families. Yani they can find everything in this location. Now people they are searching 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom. I'm so lucky, you know. This is advertising. In Chamlavadi, still I have 4 bedroom units, but 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom buyers, they don't want to rent their home.
Yeah.
They want to live because of this big size of apartment now. If someone told me 5 years ago, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, it's amazing for investment. I can say I sold always this is living apartment. Okay, living. But now, Hamza, it's become investment apartment.
Yeah.
Square meter price more reasonable.
The
For
rent is
example,
very high.
rent is very high. Return of investment according to Turkish standard,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. And also, if you want to rent 4 bedroom, maximum 1 day you can rent, because people, they are like this. They are waiting. They are on the door. In the sales office, people always coming. Hello, we want to rent 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom. Do you have? We said no. They said, can you write our name? We said, unfortunately, no.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking when I had this request of like 11 four bedrooms? I was thinking that, God, I just hope I can find somebody in my contacts that can buy all of this 11 apartments.
Evet.
And before he buys, we will just sign with him, you know? And this embassy basically was ready to sign 5 years contract or even 10 years contract,
know.
right? So imagine if I can find one buyer. How much would you give me? 11 apartments, or averagely $9-10 million,
Of
Gibi,
course.
yeah. So for that price, he can rent it with 4 or 5 thousand each, and they were ready to pay 1 year in advance. Every single year they will pay yearly advance. So if anybody is watching and he has around $10 million, I have an investment for you. Contact me.
Yes, and Hamza, now 4 bedroom units, $5,500 monthly. 3 bedroom units, $4,000 1 year's advance.
And yeah,
1 year's advance, and square meter price very reasonable.
funny thing is that in Vadi Istanbul area, nobody cares about monthly rentals. I mean, they don't. Nobody wants to get his money monthly basis.
Yes.
They are very, strict about this. So either it's like 6 month payments or 1 year payments.
1
So
year.
and there are a lot of people doing this. I mean,
They are waiting on the door.
2 days ago, one of my clients asked me to rent his 2 bedroom. This guy bought from me in 2018. Few days done, 6 months in dollars.
Yeah.
So yeah, people unfortunately has this misconceptions that Turkish lira is dropping and everything, but this area, you sell in dollars, you buy in dollars, you rent in dollars, even your yearly payment can be in dollars.
Yes. And this area, we saw many things, economy change, many things change, but nobody didn't lose any.
A dime.
$1,
Yep.
$1, and they made their money sometimes triple times according to dollar. This is the only one place I think in Istanbul like that.
Can you imagine in September 2018? I think you came to Vadi Istanbul in 2019.
2019,
Right?
I came.
I was here in September 24 of 2019, 18. We were selling 1 bedroom apartment, $150,000. You know what's the cheapest 1 bedroom in the region? $450 to $500,000.
Exactly.
I sold in 2018 March my first 3 bedroom in the region. It was $450,000. How much are you selling now? 3 bedroom? $1 million? 900?
$1 million.
Yeah, 900 to $1 million. So can you just imagine the return in dollars, not in Turkish lira?
We are not talking about Turkish lira right now.
I mean, funny story. 2 days ago, I was talking to a new client who just came by from the Leeds. So I was just trying to ask a few questions before I send it to one of the team, and and he was like, "No, if I buy, let's say $500,000 in Turkey, I would return my money in rent in 50 years."
50 years?
I said, "Excuse me, what are you talking about?" I said, "Look, the average rent in Istanbul is 4, 5 to 6%. It depends on the location and the
Of
project."
course.
He was like, "Can you guarantee me?" I said, "Yes, I can guarantee. I can give you my guarantee with this." I did a very small calculation. I said, "Look, if you are selling or let's say you're buying something with $500,000 and you're renting it with 5% return on investment every year, right? You are basically getting back your money in 20 years. But there is something in Turkey that you need to add inflation rate every year to the rental. So for example, if
Yes.
today is 5%, Let's say today's inflation rate is 45%.
Yes.
I told him, look, let's just forget the 45%, forget the 30%, 25%, forget all of this. If we just fix 10% increase every year on your 5%, you will get back your money in 11.5 years.
Exactly. Amazing calculation.
Right? I did
Yes.
like I created for
Yes.
him an Excel table, like a spreadsheet. And I did look, your rent today is 5%, adding 5%, adding 10% on it is 5.5, adding again third year 10% on it. So if we just fix on 10%, which is, I didn't see 10% increase in rent since, I don't know,
Exactly.
2017 or 18, right?
Yes.
Now it's 20, 30, 40, it was even 50 before. Let's
Yes.
say now 45. But I went to the minimum possible, which is 10% every year. He's getting back his money from the rent in 11 and a half year.
Exactly. And also capital appreciation. The most important point, they need to buy less than the real value, Hamza.
Yeah.
If, for example, agent can help them, can help the investors to find apartment less than the real value, directly they must sign the contract.
Yeah.
Before everything, before rent. Now, in the market, ready project, they are selling amazing square meter price because the dollar rate change, construction cost change. Now, new project, same location. I'm not talking about only Vadi Istanbul.
Yeah.
In general, they need to sell more expensive. And if you buy ready, cheaper than under construction, you will not lose rent, first of all. Directly you can pick up the
Yeah.
rent. And also, imagine that you will buy cheaper than the real value because under construction, they are selling, for example, $1,000 each square meter, more
Oh, yeah.
expensive, sometimes $2,000.
Yeah.
For me, for investment, now it is correct time to buy because also the bank interest rate is high right now. But we know this. How many times we saw this?
Yeah.
What happened after? Directly apartment cost, property cost, it become amazing increase. Am I right?
Yes.
If I'm investors, I need to buy good location, really valuable location, ready project, because ready project, they spend less money. If we compare now, if they want to make that project again, they need to spend more money. So still in Istanbul, we have amazing chances. But they must care about, for example, location. And for me, as like Nadire, I'm so honest. Ready, always more better. Zero risk, they mustn't focus any risk. And directly they can pick up the rent, for example. But when they will buy, they earn already 15 percentage profit. Because 15 percentage in the reality, they are buying cheaper. It
Yeah.
is very important.
Also, what I think is that when the project is ready, the I'm not talking about Vadi Istanbul in general, but
Yes.
and I'm talking in general. Um, uh, the developer is more ready to negotiate and give better prices because they have very limited stock and they just don't want the headache
Exactly.
anymore. They just get
Yes, they want to finish their
they
stock.
want
It's so
exactly.
easy.
They just want to finish and move on to the
Exactly.
next project. So we spoke about Istanbul a little. Now there is also a very trendy topic and very trendy destination, which is
Let's
Dubai.
go to
Dubai.
Dubai. Habibi, come to Dubai.
So Dubai is booming, and the numbers we see every day are very crazy, right?
I know, I heard.
What is your take on Dubai? And would you personally like to do or sell Dubai properties?
Uh, First of all, of course, we know Dubai market. Many friends of mine also, they moved to Dubai already. But, for example, tax benefits Dubai can give. The only question, first time I'm telling this, this is like gossip. This is between me and you, Hamza.
Yeah.
The only point, okay, very nice, very safety, very safe. This is the safest country around the world, and all world.
Yeah.
Okay, we know this. I respect this. Also, for the holiday, I visit Dubai 4 different times. The only question, if I compare with Istanbul, we have amazing population, right? And nearly 20 million we are living in Istanbul.
Yeah.
And we have limited products. We need new properties, new apartment because 75% of properties in Istanbul, unfortunately, it's old, not very secure. We all know this.
Yeah.
Still people cannot find apartment for the rent always going high, this kind of thing. Dubai every year, many apartment giving the keys. For example, delivery date 2017, 2027, 2028, 2026. Every day new project is launching. Dubai needs more population, you know. If Dubai, for example, every year many projects they are making. If population is not growth, what they expect, for example, the apartment who will rent. This is my only subject, Hamza.
But I can give you an answer if you want.
Yes.
I have an answer.
Of
So
course.
basically, um, what's happening in Dubai is that they're doing a lot of number projection. They're having a lot of statistics, etc. etc.
Yes.
So basically, today the population in Dubai is around 3 million or 3.5 million, right? They're projecting the population in 2033 to be 6 million in
Double.
population, right?
Mhm.
Almost double. So currently, all of these project launch and everything, they are only delivering 8,000 to 9,000 units per year. So because when the project is launching today, is not delivering in 1 year. Most of them are delivering in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depends on developers and the capacity of the developer. But almost 50,000 family is moving to Dubai every year. So 8,500 unit every year to be delivered, but they have already 50,000 family moving in Dubai.
It's
So
amazing.
so basically, it's 250,000 person. But if we compare, like if you calculate family basis, let's say the family average in Dubai is 5 people. So 25 or 250,000 person divided by 5, it gives you 50 family averagely. So they have already projecting 50,000 family coming to move in Dubai. And these people are mostly families, so they need 3 bedroom, 4 bedrooms, villas, townhouses, and also the single people or couples, etc. With studios and 1 bedroom. So I think this gives you an answer for your question. I mean, they are projecting its numbers about, on their statistics that their population will be doubled in 2033, and also they have a projection for 2040. That is why now every day there is a project launching, there is a lot of action happening, and you see,
And brand new
I
residents.
mean, they launched today a project, 2-3 hours later,
Yes.
sold out. Done.
Exactly. And also Turkish buyers, you know, I can say 10% of my clients, I'm talking about local.
Turkish client.
Yes. Also, they made investment in Dubai. You know, they called me Nadire, what you are saying. I said, of course, it is very secure investment in Dubai. For example, rental income, return of investment, Airbnb things are very nice. For me, for example, 1 bedroom apartment is more logical.
Yes, always.
For the Airbnb.
Yeah.
4 bedroom, 5 bedroom. If I don't want to live there, I don't think. Of course, it will be different for me. I didn't think to work in Dubai, but I don't know.
I mean,
I love Istanbul.
do you even consider it as an option?
I didn't consider because why? Still, first of all, I love Istanbul very well, and Dubai, if you compare with Istanbul, a little bit different. You know, too much modernity, for example. I don't like too much for me, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
But it is very secure country. Too much benefits for the families. I know also many people they are making investment around the world, and I think it will be continue. Maybe, for example, 2 years later, 6 months stop again. It will start
Yeah.
like Turkish real estate. You
Yeah.
know, uh,
Like every market in the world.
every market. For example, now let's say Pakistan, Turkish buyers, Russian buyers, Saudi Arabia, many countries they are making investment in Dubai. Maybe 1 year later, the country will change.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure it will continue. Also, prices in Dubai, if we compare 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, it's developed a lot.
Yeah.
I
People made a
first
lot of money.
Yes, they made first buyers, early birds.
Yeah,
We can
early
say they
birds.
made also a lot of
Yeah.
yani money, and I'm sure they will do.
Especially
They
in
will
villas.
continue.
There are. I was checking a property for one of the clients, and he wanted something in the Palm, very big, very fancy, etc. We found option 20-30 million dollars. What's good about Dubai is that it's very transparent. You can select the area, or you can also select which project, and it can give you the history of the price. Like it will tell you that this unit in this floor was sold like 3 years ago with this price. So that's what I mostly like about Dubai, because everything is transparent, and
Yes, you
also
can learn everything.
the information is public. So imagine when I checked how much those villas were 4 or 5 years ago, people made 5 times. He bought it at 5 million. He's asking for 25 million.
It's unbelievable. But
Crazy.
I think, Hamza, in Istanbul market, high-end projects, if I compare with Dubai market, you know, still Istanbul prices more reasonable.
Yes. I mean,
Per square meter price,
yes.
I'm sure. Because, for example, in my career, one apartment, I'm not talking about, for example, floor,
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
just one apartment, 4 bedroom. In my career, 2021, I sold. 200 square meter gross, net $156 million.
There
This
was
is my one apartment, for example. This space, it was maximum of mine.
Yeah.
But in Dubai, I learned some penthouses, for example, $50 million, $100 million. In Istanbul, I don't think we have $100 million right now.
in Bebek, maybe some crazy mansion on the wall.
Mansion,
Yeah,
but
mansion.
penthouse or
Yalla.
apartment, we don't have.
Yeah.
Yalla, of
with
course, it can be.
Yeah,
Maybe it
there
can
is
be
the
more.
Ritz-Carlton, for example. I think that's one of the most expensive penthouses I've seen. I think they're asking for something around 15 million euro or something. In the, it's like 3 floors, 700 meters square, etc., etc. What else can be? I don't know.
Really, I don't know.
Yeah, penthouses. Yeah, we don't have this kind of culture in Istanbul very
Yes.
much. I mean, there was a penthouse in Skyland, 4 million, $3 million. I mean, it's not that crazy.
Sorry, I remember.
Where?
I remember. You know, Acar Blue project.
Yeah,
Triple floor penthouse was $50 million.
50.
Okay, but the square
Damn.
meter, nearly 2,000 square meters.
This is a
It
villa.
was. I couldn't sell. I didn't
Yeah.
focus. I couldn't sell. But yes,
But also mentions, if we're not talking about penthouses, mentions in
Mansions,
Bebek, in
of
Unique, in
course,
Tarabya.
next to Bosphorus.
Yeah,
of
100
course.
million, 150
100,
million.
yes.
Yeah, very, very normal. If you weren't involved in real estate, if you never been in real estate, let's say, what would Nadira be doing today?
I'm asking the same question. You are my friend.
I don't know.
Really, really, really. From outside, imagine that I'm not in real estate. What can I do nicely?
I would say an actor.
Actor?
Yeah.
You know, everybody talk about that. All of my clients.
You are very
They
good in
are
front of
telling me,
camera.
Hamza, for example, many of my clients, they are saying me one thing. Turkish actress name.
Or
Who
who?
Eda, Ece, Yasak Elma, Yıldız. You know, they enter in the office. You are Yıldız, Yasak Elma. I said, no, no, no, I'm not. I'm Nadire, rarelist, unique Nadire.
Or you would be like a program in you may be managing a
maybe
program in the
YouTuber.
TV, yeah, in the network.
Yes. Or maybe you know, I didn't think because I love real estate.
Yeah.
I'm always telling, if I came to this world again, I will choose this job. I will make this job.
What's the second option?
Second option, maybe TV program or YouTuber. I can be, you know,
Wow.
I can influence everybody.
I know.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows
You
me.
are influencing
Good
everybody
morning.
now.
You know, in Turkish real estate, you know this.
I know.
Günaydın.
I mean, that's her original good morning every morning on
Yes,
social
but
media.
we were making this 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and at that time, everybody is shocked. You know,
What
the
is
sales
this?
office, what is this? But I become phenomenal about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Nadira, we have so many people who newly started in real estate. Maybe in Turkey, maybe in Dubai, all over the world. I mean, we have people watching us thanks to the internet from all over the world. So, and of course, some of them are buyers, some of them are investors, and also some of them are trying to learn real estate. What would Nadira advise these people who are newly starting their real estate career, or maybe they're already in the real estate business?
Well, this is the best question that
I mean, I know you trained so many people.
Yes,
So many people.
so many people.
I mean, countless people you've trained in your career. So tell me.
First of all, Hamza, if they want to be real estate agent, they mustn't look at only for the money. You know, if someone calculating the money, they cannot be successful at all. This is the first thing. They they must love this job, and then they must be successful. Then the money can comes. Okay, I didn't focus any this kind of thing. The second, they need to be patient because you know the new generation. I'm 35, but
You're
new
still young.
generation,
Come on.
yani new generation, for example, they cannot wait. You know, when they enter this business, real estate, they think that that week they will make sales. That week they will get new portfolio. They can find portfolio, and they give up. They never tried. You will follow your heart, you will believe, and you will do what you really want, first of all. Second, you must have amazing energy. Energy is the most important point. You know, some people, they are like, you know, dead people. I don't want to say, but when I talk with them, I want to go outside, you know. My energy is this, and
Take a breath.
yes, and I'm thinking like clients' way. They came from another country and they want to learn something. They don't know the details.
Yeah.
They don't know, for example, the project stories, or they don't have enough information about real estate market. And you know, they are saying, I'm real estate agent. You cannot be real estate agent because you don't know anything. You know, sometimes they focus only one location. But Istanbul or Turkish market, it's so
Very
big,
huge.
big. And if you cannot know your competitor location, price, apartment, everything, you cannot sell also your project or your portfolio. I'm talking about real estate agent and sales office people. You need to know every location. You need to know your potential client will visit which project, which location, how much the prices, how is their plan, how is their project specifications, what is their offer, and you must know everything, not only your project. And if I'm real estate agent, if I can sell and rent everywhere in Turkey, also I must know every data. When my client asks me one thing, it's the bad thing you can lose. I don't know how I can trust you if you don't know. You must know knowledge.
Everything.
And also, of course, trust is the most important point. If you don't trust yourself, nobody cannot trust you. And first 10 seconds face to face, it is very important. For example, I'm telling sometimes new sales people, when the client enter in the office, for example, they are so shy. Hello, like this. It feels they keep some secret or they don't trust themselves. Yani 10 seconds, everything, behavior, so much important.
It's the first 10 seconds that gives the impression to the
Exactly.
client and
And
your energy.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge. Yani, for example, some of clients are so emotional. We can say emotional. Some of them analytic.
Very logical.
If you focus only emotional style, hello, how are you? And it is hard. You must have knowledge. This is the most important point. You must be patient. You must have energy. You must believe what you are doing. And you must influence for the client and also your team, your friend, your agent, everything.
Nadire, thank you for being
You're
with us.
welcome. I was very Hamza.
This episode is very insightful, and I'm really happy to have you with me in the Prestige Podcast. You gave us so much information, so many details that maybe we know, some of them we
Also,
don't know.
Also, Hamza, you teach me more information about Dubai real estate. Really, I think every year more apartment they are making and to be delivered. But you told me 8,500. I'm shocked
Yeah,
and more interested.
it is very interesting.
Really, I'm shocked.
Dubai is very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, anytime. It's my pleasure. Thank you again for your time. And I hope this is not the only time we're going to meet each other in a process.
Let's make one time also Turkish.
Turkish?
Only Turkish we can talk. Second
Oh,
time.
that's hard for me. I've
Your
never.
Turkish is amazing. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
You know, okay. My English, very basic.
Very good.
No.
Very good or
Very-
not?
Mm,
Very good.
No. He said, yeah.
No.
I will tell you why. Because usually, every time you have a Turkish speaker guest, they come in, they look at me, I look scary probably, and then they tell me, my English is no good. You didn't start. You kids started. I would be very honest, like you are. I put on and I usually leave. I don't listen to what is going on. But the way you talk, it's so compelling to listen to you. And some of the answers people just avoid straight up. You know? I'm not taking names of what you said, people will be able to watch it. But you saying all of that, you had like when you say you're honest, you don't say it for the camera. You
Yeah.
are actually honest. Yeah, which is refreshing there. So I'm actually very happy.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy.
We will keep this as the podcast.
But yeah.
after you said it.
Yeah. But my Turkish on camera is.
No, really.
I never
I
tried.
am asking your viewers on the YouTube channel, okay?
Yeah.
I want to make podcast with you Turkish because Hamza, really, my English. Can I say I'm super lucky person? Really, Allah knows me. Allah loves me a lot. All of my clients, when I meet them, I said, dear, my English is not amazing, but I'm so lucky. Everybody can understand me. Sometimes, for example, their English more worse than me. And my client told me, Nadire, normally I can speak English very well. I can understand English very well. Which you said, I understand. I know English. I feel so happy.
She's original. I mean,
Please,
very.
please, okay. If we need to make another podcast Turkish, please like our video and put comment, write the comment under, and please,
Okay.
Turkish.
Okay, let's see.
Let's
Let's
see.
let's
Okay.
think about it.
Okay, support
But-
me. Yes.
But I'll call you again for
Yes.
one more podcast when you launch the new project. And you know which project I have in mind. So we keep it there. Yeah. When the new project is launched, we will have her again because very insightful information. And we can also, talk about your new projects. Okay.
Gossip.
Yeah.
Gossip.
Got-
So, our program is finished.
yeah.
I'm so happy
Same here.
to see you. You
Same.
are so valuable for me.
Thank
Yani, you know this. And you are very close friend of mine. But I'm so sorry. I came your office first time. Your office also is amazing. You give me promise Turkish podcast.
Tamam.
You mustn't forget.
In
and I
process.
know they will write comment at the end of this.
Okay.
Okay, let's bet.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
See you again in another episode. See you. Take care.
Bye bye.